Hey gang, this is for everybody in the Strong Made Simple 30-day at-home fitness challenge. So I'm just gonna run through workout A here. So if you have gone through everything, you're like, okay, well I still don't really know every single exercise by heart, you can watch this video and just follow along with me. So yeah, here we go. I'm gonna get it started. I am gonna be using a little interval timer, this guy. So it's set to 30 seconds. All I have to do is follow the beeps. If you've got one of these, it's called a Gym Boss. You can get an egg timer or anything like that, something to just go 30 seconds for you over and over and over. We're gonna work for 30 seconds and then we're gonna rest for 30 seconds. We're gonna run through this every single exercise. We have 7 exercises, so by the time we get done with a full round, it's gonna take 7 minutes. This makes it really easy to progress and do, say, 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off, whatever. But you can also always just use your phone. Set a stopwatch and then just go every 30 seconds on the stopwatch. Work for 30 seconds, rest for 30 seconds, work for 30 seconds. You get the idea. So we're gonna get started. Our first exercise in workout A is the push-up plank. So I'm gonna set my camera up down here so we can kind of hang out while we do it. I'm gonna get started for the push-up plank. As soon as I'm set, remember we want to place our hands on the shoulders, reach back, make your legs tight, and just focus on your breathing. Keep your abs tight, press into the ground, but keep yourself breathing the entire time. Remember to breathe in and out. And if you get tired on your wrists, you could come down to your forearms if that feels a little bit better for your wrists and your hands. That works too. Or if you just want to mix in a push-up here and there, you can do that as well. All right, so that's my first 30 seconds. After this, the next exercise is going to be prone, Ys, and Ws. While we're doing this, prone just means we're laying on our belly. We're going to make Ys, we're going to make Ws. Ah, crud, I forgot to make this thing hit repeat. So it's only just going every one time and then it has to start over. So I'm gonna say that's 30 seconds and I'm gonna go again. So I'm right here. There we go. Got my abs tight, hands up off the ground. Y, W, Y, W, Y, W. Oh, not my best cinematography. There we go. Y, W, Y, W. Just keeping those arms off the ground, pinching those shoulder blades down each time we get to here. You want to pinch those shoulder blades down and back. You'll feel this burning right away in your shoulders. Whew. All right, good. 30-second break. Sorry about that. This time we got the timer working for us. So next up, we're going to be flipping onto our backside. We've got the glute bridge, okay? So we're not in a big rush because we got 30 seconds to rest each time. So I got 10 seconds here. For our glute bridge, you're gonna lie down, make sure your feet are about shoulder width apart. And the first thing we're gonna do is gonna scoop the pelvis under. Bridge up and hold, squeezing through our glutes, and we're just gonna hold here. Get big breaths. If you wanna squeeze your hands over your chest, squeezing them together this way, this will help you create more tension throughout your upper back and your armpits. More tension in your upper back just means more muscles working and a tighter core. Okay, so that's our 30 seconds on the glute bridge, 30 seconds to rest. Our next 30 seconds are gonna be alternating leg lowers. We can do this with the knees bent or with straight legs, whatever you feel is gonna work best for you. So I've got about 12 seconds. So that means you've got about 12 seconds. All right, so go ahead and start getting ready here. Key thing with this is always keeping your low back flat to the floor. We don't want to arch up. So there's our time. I'm just going to work my way up and down. Exhale as you come down. Try not to touch the floor. And keep your abs tight so you're not letting your back arch up and away from the floor. We don't want to do this. You got to keep those abs tight so your back stays flat against the ground. Good, there's my 30 seconds. Not too bad so far. So next up, we're gonna have to stand up. Oh no, I didn't do alternating leg lowers. I just did regular leg lowers without alternating legs. Sorry about that. You guys can alternate legs and that's a little bit easier. I'll do that on the next round, I promise. My mistake. Oh well. Next up, we've got prisoner squats. So prisoner squats, that just means we have our hands behind our head, squatting down and up. You don't have to be super fast, but you can. Just work at your own pace. Maybe you're not ready to do 30 reps in 30 seconds. Take your time, make sure it's feeling good as you go through whatever range of motion is working best for you, your knees, and your hips. Try to keep those heels and your whole foot flat on the floor. All right, 30 seconds again. So after this one, we got another leg exercise. We're gonna do alternating reverse lunges, okay? So alternating reverse lunge. Make sure I got my feet in here. I might chop my head off. That way you can see what I'm doing. We're gonna step back each time so that the knee comes down just a little bit behind the foot. So we got 7 seconds and then we're gonna get going. 3, 2, 1, here we go. Step back, together, back, together. Work at your pace. Doesn't have to be super fast. You just want to focus on maintaining your balance, bringing the knee down behind the front foot, and keep the front foot flat to the floor. Hands can be on the hips, behind the head, or wherever you need to for balance. All right, 30-second rest time again. So next up is the cross crawl. Cross crawl is just marching, but we're trying to touch our elbow over the opposite knee every time, or rather we're trying to pull the knee up to the elbow. We don't want to crunch down at it. So this is a good way to keep our heart rate up, but also work our core and our hips too. We got 5 seconds, it looks like. All right, here we go. If you can't quite make your knee touch your elbow, or if this gets a little too hard for you, you can also just reach across and tap. But we want to reach across and work opposite arm and leg because this does a lot of really cool stuff and just wakes up our brain, helps us build better coordination and balance. Reaching across the midline, working opposite arm and leg together. There we go, good, time's done. So that's a full round, not too bad, right? We're gonna start back over, right back with the push-up. Let me bring you back down to our starting position where we were before. Boom. Hopefully you're not getting dizzy or sick of the changes. All right, 10 seconds. Whew. I'm starting to warm, feel it now. This time I'm gonna mix in some push-ups. There we go, I'm in my plank. Everything's tight, focusing on my breathing. As much as we think of a plank as a core exercise, we want to think about how our shoulders are working in here, pressing through the floor, and our legs are working here to keep tension to support everything through the body, head to toe. Oh, there we go. Time is up. We got 25 seconds. And next up, we're going to do the Y's and W's again. All right. Oh man, I still have a little bit of rest time, so doing all right. It's not meant to be a, bust a gut every single round. That's why we keep with these 30-second rest intervals. Sometimes they might seem long, sometimes they might seem short. Just go with it and do what feels good. There we go. W, pinching those shoulders down. Y. When I'm here, I'm always keeping my abs tight too. Even though I'm flat on the floor, I want to keep my abs braced. So it's like I have a hard belly, keep it tight against the floor, and keeping my ribs held down. The more tension you can make in your body, the more you're going to get out of this one. Sorry, I'm speaking down to the floor. There we go. Next up, we'll shift right back to our glute bridge again. We got 20 seconds. Just use it, breathe, relax. If you want to keep busy while you're doing it, you can do a stretch. So we can do like a figure 4 stretch like we've got in other workouts for the hips. You can stretch your shoulders open, whatever's feeling good for you while you rest. Or just get a drink of water and hang out. Oh, glute bridge time. Here we go. Begin. Scoop the pelvis under first, bridge up, and hold. I'm going to squeeze here the entire time. And focus on my breath. Feet should be held flat to the floor, squeezing those glutes, keeping your abs tight with each breath. Good, all right. So next up, we'll have the alternating leg lowers. I'm gonna do them right this time, as opposed to doing both legs together. Sorry about that on the first round. Guess we just got a little bit harder than we had to, unless you already knew what you were supposed to do and you didn't just blindly do what I was saying, because I was off. We're gonna start in 8 seconds. Remember, low back is flat to the floor, and alternate. You want to make it harder? Go straight legs. It's okay if there's a little bend in your knee, even though you're trying to straighten it out. It's not so much one or the other. It kind of is all on a continuum. The straighter the legs are, the harder it gets. So maybe you don't want to keep it this easy, but you don't want to go all the way straight. That was our time. So we're done with that one. All right, so next up, we're coming back up for our squats and our reverse lunges. So I'm gonna set you back up here so you can see what we got going on. And then after that, the cross crawl. Make sure I don't forget anything. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Trying to keep those elbows open. Don't let them hang down and don't let yourself look at the floor. You want to look somewhere out 5, 6, 7, 8 feet in front of you, not down at your feet. Because where your eyes go, your posture goes. Keep that chest up. That way you're standing upright and strong. It's okay to push back and bend over a little bit as you go, but keep the eyes up. In 30 seconds, we will start with the reverse lunges. Bring this down again so you can see the feet or somewhere close to it. Starting in 8 seconds, so hope you got your breath back. And 3, 2, 1, here we go. If your knee touches the floor, that's all right. But if you don't like touching the floor, or you don't like banging your knee into it, you can stop before that. Neither one's right or wrong, but some people really don't like banging their knee into the floor, and that makes sense. And I probably started on my right, so I'm gonna do one more on my left. 30 seconds, and then we're back to cross crawls. Come up a little bit. Getting sweaty. All right, 13 seconds. Then we start again. So this will be the finish of 2 rounds, and then we're just gonna get one more round for this first week. If you're watching this video for a later week, you can just keep going for a 4th round if you want to. As you march, keep your feet close together on the ground. You don't want to be out wide, moving side to side. We're trying to work on our balance and control, so feet together makes that a lot easier. All right, boom. Next up, we're coming back down to the ground. It'll be push-ups or plank or a little bit of both time. All right, this time I'll face this way. We'll start again in 9 seconds. Make sure you're setting yourself up. You want to press straight down into the ground, keeping your hands under the chest. Reach back with one, then the other. Here we go. Mixing a push-up. There we go. Pressing back through the shoulders. There's another push-up just for funsies. If you need a break, but you're not doing push-ups, you could also shift back to down dog and then come back down. It's all good. We're just working on and off, so if you mix up things or change them around a little bit, you're still working. It's all good, not hurting anything. There are no workout police that are gonna jump out of the closet in your house and say you did it wrong. Just keep it moving. We got 8 seconds. What do we got next? Oh, I forgot. Y's and W's. Here we go. On the belly. Abs are tight, thumbs are up. Y, W. I gotta watch out, my hand's going under the couch. Keeping those abs tight. You're not trying to arch up super high. Not like this. Just a little off the floor. Keeping the belly tight while the shoulders do their work too. Y, W. Good. So next up, I think we got glute bridges. All right. Feet are flat, shoulder width apart. We're gonna get this little tiny pelvic scoop first. This is actually important. I know probably haven't gone over it enough, but we wanna get this little tiny scoop to start getting your pelvis set into a good position. Once we've got that, it'll feel like your tailbone is off the ground, but your low back is on the ground. There we go, time to go. Bridge up then. Got my breathing, pressing my hands together. Keeping those feet nice and flat. And time. Good. So next up, alternating leg lowers again. Remember, key thing, keeping your back flat on the ground. If you mess up your breathing, anything else, that doesn't matter. If you main focus is the back should stay close to the ground. Do whatever you need to do with your feet to change it up, whether it's keeping them bent or even one leg down for a little bit at a time. Keep the back flat on the floor. Here we go. Alternating legs. Perfect. All done. So that's our last one on the floor. Now we're getting back up. Squats, lunges, and cross crawls. We got one last round through for our third round. So remember, this first week, everything's 2 to 3 rounds. So maybe some days you're kind of tired, you're pressed for time. Get the 2 rounds. That's good. You got the time, you're feeling good. By this point, you should be kind of warmed up. 3 rounds. Here we go. Hands behind the head. Keeping that chest up and the belly tight. Work at your own pace. Cool. All right. Reverse lunges, cross crawls. We're getting there. We are almost done. Home stretch. 2 minutes left. 2 sets, 30 seconds. Got about, what, 12 seconds. Starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, here we go. Last round, we can push it, make sure we go a little harder. We'll put those legs up, or the hands up. These aren't my legs, I know where my legs are. You get working out, breathing hard, you say stupid stuff sometimes, that's okay. You knew what I was talking about. All right, 30 seconds, cross crawls, and then we're done. 3 rounds, 7 minutes each, 21 minutes. Easy peasy, piece of cake. You got this. 8 seconds, here we go. Finishing up our last cross crawls. I hope at this point you're feeling good, you know, a little sweaty, but you shouldn't be feeling beat up from this workout. You should feel good from this workout, right? Like you're ready to do more. And that's great. If you want to, you can. You gotta get some conditioning work for the day. You can get out, you can do a walk or a jog. You can do some extra stretching. You can add in some more weights if that's what you got with you. Main thing is quit while you're ahead. Finish while you're feeling good. We got a nice amount that we can do anywhere. Time, we are done. But a nice amount you can do anywhere with just about any amount of time. So, main idea here with this workout is get it done, feel good, get on with the rest of your day. You know, we'll just keep building consistency. A little bit every day. Next thing you know, you've done a lot in a week. So, we're all done. Hope you enjoyed that. Have a great day.